What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am back. Let me straighten my shirt out. My brother's a little tired. I just got through watching the second episode of the fourth season of Greenleaf. I'm tired. I had a long day. I had some auditions. I had worked my regular job. I all types of craziness. We'll save that for another video. But I came home, had to tend to the children, came home, watched this episode of Greenleaf, which is the second episode of the fourth season. So let's get right into it because I need to get this done now, because if I don't, I'm not going to get it done. I'm going to fall asleep and I won't have this review up for my loyal followers. All right, let's get right into it. The episode starts with Grace and Charity. And Charity, let me just say this off the bat. Charity, there's two people this season that are really annoying me. And those two people are Charity and Philip. We only in the second episode of the season, of the new season, and those two are really annoy me. Charity annoys me. Charity is what we call the woe is me, the pity party. I get it, but she just annoys me. She feels overlooked. She wants to be the pastor. She wants more than just being on the music ministry and using her gift as music. But Charity, maybe that's your gift, just to sing. Maybe that's just your gift. But anyway, Charity is, you saw her blowout last week, how she treated Grace, how she spoke to Grace when she was upset when she found out that she could not become the AP. She wasn't going to be the AP. She flipped out. Then we also saw her, we know she's now working as the little minion and spy for this Philip dude. So anyway, she's apologizing to Grace and she's pouring it on thick about how sorry she is for her outbursts. And Grace seems to be falling for this foolishness where she's like, oh, you were upset. I get it. You were upset, but you didn't really mean it, and blah, blah, blah. And Grace is falling for this. And she's like, well, can you tell Philip to at least add me onto the music ministry again? And so Grace is like, I'll see what I can do. And she's like, oh, thank you. You're the best. I'm so glad that my sister's back. And the minute she walks away from Grace, she's like rolling her eyes and doing all of this. You know what, Charity? No good is going to come out of this. One thing I don't like is somebody that's sneaky, somebody that's in cahoots, somebody that's jealous, envious. It never works. And you're going to get yours because you're playing dirty. And it's really annoying. You know what? I'm not feeling you, Charity. I'm really not feeling you. And since we've already brought up Charity, let's move on to Charity and this foolishness with her and Philip. I don't like this. It's annoying me. Let me tell you why I don't like Philip. I don't like Philip because he's sneaky and an egomaniac. He keeps requesting these meetings with Grace. Grace doesn't want to take any meetings with him. She didn't want to be bothered, so she sends her brother over to the meeting. Joshua, what's his name? Jacob, I'm sorry. She sent Jacob over to meet with him about this summer camp that they do every year, that they sponsor every year. So Phil was like, we cannot afford it. Tell her I said no. But he was feeling some kind of way because he felt like Grace needs to come to him and Grace should not be not taking his meetings. Who does she think she is? He's really ego tripping. And I'm wondering if this Philip character has a thing for Grace. What y'all think? He might have a thing for Grace, but he's definitely didn't feel the need that she sent her brother to speak to him instead of her. He even confronts Grace and tells Grace, when I asked you to come, you don't blow me off and send your brother. What's that about? And Grace let him know. She said, I don't work for you. Grace knows her pop. She's like, I don't work for you. And he's like, excuse me, everybody works for me. Everybody reports to me and gets guidance. She said, well, when I need it, I'll call you. But right now, I don't need it. And then he tried to mention the camp, and he said something to her about, and what's this with you still going forward with the camp? We can't afford it, and we want this camp thing to be more diverse because, under Harmony and Hope, this whole, gentrified church company that they have. That's what I call it. This gentrified monopoly of churches that they have. They do things a certain way. But Grace flexed on him. She said, I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to pay the difference. And he was like, you got that kind of money? And I like when Grace was like, yes, I do have that kind of money to pay the difference. So she's, it's a little pissing contest. And she's letting him know, I'm about that life. I got it. I can handle it. So I like that dynamic. Now, this is what pissed me off. She says to him, oh, by the way, because she is not aware that Charity is already in cahoots with him. She says, oh, Charity wants to come back and be on the music ministry. And he's like, sure she can. My hair's bugging out. You see that? She's like, sure she can. But, what did he say? He said, yeah, sure she can. But, you should have come to me. This is what happens. He said some little thing like, when you keep me abreast of things. I'm like, see, this sneaky stuff is what annoys me. Really, really annoys me. Now, Grace, I'm disappointed in you too, because we find out Grace's old main squeeze Noah comes back, and they're discussing the child that he didn't know he had. This young man who's being released from prison. And Grace explains why she didn't say anything. She was young and she didn't want to say anything. And why she never even told her own child about this child that she had before her. And, Grace, you're coming off a little hypocritical. I understood, but I didn't like what she did with, when not reaching out to this child, not letting, she's trying to keep him a secret and cover it up. And then when she does tell her daughter about it, she's still like, don't say anything. And she's worried about the church and this and that and all these other things, which it could, is all going to come out. It's all going to come out. But this pisses her daughter off. And her daughter's like, you know what? You're a hypocrite. And I have to agree with her daughter. You're a bit of a hypocrite here. And it's pretty gross and pretty disgusting. Yes, I understand, but it's pretty, you had your reasons, and it's for keeping this all a secret, but it's still kind of shady. And I understood where Noah was coming from, but then he's kind of shady too, because he's saying he cannot let his current wife know that he has this son because she can't have children, and it will affect their marriage. So I'm like, damn, is anybody in here not going to keep a secret? Is everybody in his on this show got some kind of skeletons in their closet and all this foolishness? But it makes for good TV. So Grace is upset because her daughter's mad with her, and I understand it. Her daughter doesn't want to ride off to college with her. She said, I'm going to meet my father there, whatever. I understand it because she's feeling hurt, and she's like, you're no better than the rest of the Greenleafs. Now you're telling me this stuff about you got a son and you gave him up and you're going to just try to throw money at him? No, he wants his mother. And we see at the end of the episode, we see that Grace reaches out to him, calls the prison, tells him she's going to try to help him. And, I guess she's dealing with that. So I thought that was very interesting. Also tonight, we saw Lady Mae blow the roof off. She was getting upset. She threw her phone when Connie sent her an invoice for that day with Lady Mae, and she just felt like that just really pissed her off, just set her off. So we also see Lady Mae kind of change it up because I'm thinking, okay, she's about to go on the warpath and she's about to get revenge, but she's changing her mindset, and she said something like, you know what? We're not going to fight with power and revenge and all these tactics. We're going to fight the righteous way. We're going to do this through God. And I was like, okay, amen. I hear you, Lady Mae. Because we also saw in this episode where the bishop got some information on Connie where it shows that Connie is being paid by Harmony and Hope. And he brought it to Lady Mae's attention like, yeah, we can use this. And Lady Mae was like, no, this ain't the way. We're going to do it God's way. We're going to do it the right way. We're going to do it God's way. So she's fighting the battle. She's letting God fight her battles. And I like that message this season. And she also told her the former assistant the same thing. She said, listen, the way we going to get this church back, we're not going to do this through scandal and drama and all that. But I'm sitting there saying, you might have to do it that way because this is TV. And, TV shows, we like a good drama. We like some good, confusion going on. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Let's see. What else did I want to touch on? I also thought it was interesting to see Jacob and finding his way and finding that he's getting through to this young athlete who he had a conversation with and trying to help him change his ways. And the guy tried to offer him a bribe and he didn't take it. And he feels like he's connecting with this child. And his wife, she wants to move out of Lady Mae's house. And she wants her own, and she wants him to sell their land so they can buy some other property. I get it. You want to be out. You don't want to be in this home. But it's not like you're in this little small cramped apartment. You don't have to be up under Lady Mae. Y'all in this big old house. You be on the one side of the west wing. Let her be on the east side. Something like that. Y'all don't have to be together. So I'm not understanding why she's tripping so much about, getting out of this house. I do understand it, and I don't at the same time. Because I get it. Because, God bless the child that's got his own. And I know how I am. I don't want to live in my in-laws' house. And that's a whole nother story. So I do understand that. But I'm like, but if my in-law had a house that big, you know what? No, I take that back. I'm kind of siding with her now. I'm siding with Clarissa now. I still would not want to live in my in-laws' house, even if it was as big as the Greenleaf's big sprawling house. So I take that back. I'm siding with you now. You're right. They should move. But Jacob does not want to sell the property to move. But maybe y'all should move somewhere else. Move something cheap or whatever. But y'all should move. I take that back. I feel you on that. Y'all should move. Get away from your in-laws. I'm feeling that. So that was pretty much it. It was a decent episode. I cannot wait till next week to see what happens when Grace meets up with her son, how that's going to play out. And we see that Charity is going to be being sneaky again. It's getting really good. It was a really good episode. That's it for now. And if there's anything that I left out that you think I should have mentioned, please feel free to comment below and remind me. And also like and share. I'm doing my best to build this channel up, get it going. I'm having fun at the same token. I'm having fun. But that's it for now. You be blessed. Be sure to check out my other videos. I'm going to come back on here and discuss what I've been doing in my personal life for those of you who follow me and know that I'm also an actor and a singer. I've been on 2 auditions this week. Got some really things that came really good to things really looking really good. Looking really good. They're coming off really good. I'm so blessed. I'm still working a 9 to 5. I got 2 children. Just a lot going on, but I'm blessed. And God has been working with me, and I just enjoy doing these YouTube videos as well. So I'm going to just keep having fun with this and try to see if the channel grows. But with that said, I'm starting to ramble. I'm a little tired. Have a blessed one. Like, comment, subscribe. Pass the information on. Tell me what your thoughts of this episode. And good night all. And be blessed.